Hi everyone, I'm Brittany. This is my assistant Everly. We are getting ready to prep part 2 of our St. Patrick's Day dinner prep course. So we already have our corned beef going in our Instapot. You at home, if you've done part 1, may have yours going in a crock pot instead. So if you haven't watched that one, feel free to go back and watch our prep for it. Veggies are ready to go in the fridge, and now we're ready to make some Irish soda bread. So Irish soda bread is great because it's super quick and easy to make, and it only takes 4 ingredients. So a traditional, like super traditional Irish soda bread is actually just flour, buttermilk, salt, and baking soda. 4 ingredients, that's it. Now, we gave you guys the recipe to do a savory or a sweet version. In our household, we like savory, right, Everly? Savory all the way. And we're gonna give it a nice little St. Patrick's Day twist as well, because when you got kids in your house, gotta always make it fun. Wait, we gotta leave it as a surprise. Leave it as a surprise. So, if you were making traditional Irish soda bread, you would only add these 4 ingredients. We're gonna add a few extras. So, right, shall we start, Everly? First, we're gonna add our flour. Make sure you have a large bowl going. I think I can actually just dump it. And we're gonna add 4 cups of flour. Will make you 1 loaf. Measure. The goal is to get the flour in the cup without getting flour all over the counter, right? Less mess to clean up after.
But then why do you put flour on there?
We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so I'm also, before you guys came on, I pre-cleaned my countertop really, really good. So I'm going to put a little flour to reserve on my countertops. Right, up next, we're going to do our salt. So, Everly, you're squashed. Oh, you want to come over? Okay, so we're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt. Yep, go ahead and pour 1 teaspoon of salt in for me. And 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now, baking soda is a base. Ooh, hold on.
So all of these ingredients are the base, right?
It's a base, but it's also a base in that it's an alkali. Now, a base and an acid mixed together cause a chemical reaction. Now,
But what chemical reaction?
we'll find out in a second. Now, if you were making traditional soda bread, that's all you would add except for the buttermilk. But because hold on. But because we are doing, we'll talk about it in a second. Because we're doing a savory Irish soda bread, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon. Oh, got to pop the lid on this one.
It's hard.
Here we go. 1 teaspoon. Here we go. Of garlic. Let's add a 2nd teaspoon, yeah? We like garlic in our family. If you're not huge garlic people, 1 teaspoon. Don't worry, you got more. 2 teaspoons if you really love garlic powder. And 1 teaspoon
I think garlic bread is my favorite.
of herbs de Provence. Yeah.
I think garlic's my favorite.
Garlic's your favorite thing? Love a kid that loves garlic. Okay.
It's so good with bread.
Yeah. And then we're going to add about 1 cup of cheddar cheese. Now,
You used the whole bag.
I know, it's the last of the bag. I'm using pre-shredded cheese because I'm lazy and it takes work and I don't feel like doing the work, right?
Right.
Hand me that spoon. Good. Put it in there. Mix together. That's okay. It's dirty from making the other one, huh? Now, while Everly stirs that up, hang on, we're going to do...
Wait, but I wanted to do that part.
I know, you're going to in a second.
Wait, actually, you do it.
We're going to do 14 ounces, okay, so about 1 3/4 cup of buttermilk. Now, remember, buttermilk is different than a traditional milk. It has a soured milk, basically. Whoop, that's okay, we'll clean it up. It's a soured milk. If you don't have buttermilk at home or didn't have to, weren't able to get it, you can do 1 cup or 1 1/4 cup of milk and then a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Careful, okay? half a cup of sour cream. You can also do 1 3/4 cup milk and just about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of lemon juice, which will also give you that soured milk. Now, the reason it's important to have sour milk is because, I'll switch you, is because you aren't doing yeast. So if you're in with people who can't do yeast, I think this needs more cheese, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, put that down. We're gonna add some more cheese.
Cheese makes everything better.
Cheese makes everything better.
And so does garlic.
And garlic. Cheese makes everything better. I agree. So I put a cup in, which is about what I normally do. But I'm looking at this going, my house likes cheese. So we're going to add another.
And garlic.
And garlic. So we'll add another cup. Now, you can choose to add more cheese. Not add, hold on, we got to mix that in. I got it. Depending on how much you want to do. Okay.
I know, I'm pretty bad at mixing.
Okay. So go ahead and start adding. If you're wanting to do this as a gluten-free, remember, bring it around. If you're wanting to do this as a gluten-free option, you can use any of your gluten-free flours. My recommendation is King Arthur gluten-free cup for cup. It is so far the best flour mixture that I found for baking. Okay, keep going. I always add my milk in sections. So that way I can see, do I need more milk? Do I need less milk? It's okay. Okay, we'll keep going, slowly. There you
You do it.
go. Okay.
You have messy hands.
I do. I'm going to have really messy hands here in a second. Okay, quit wiping them on you. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to use all the milk, right? Okay, put that over there.
I like your milk on you.
Okay, so we're going to mix all of the buttermilk in. Yeah. Yep. The buttermilk and the baking soda mix together and create, when you bake it, the chemical reaction. Hold on. We're going to add that at the end. The chemical reaction that will cause the bread to rise because it's yeastless. So it's a favorite in my house. Now, once I've got it kind of mixed, I always like to mix with my hands. You can do this in a KitchenAid with the paddle. You can do it with a dough hook. You can do it with a spoon the entire time. I've found to make the best bread
is to use your hand.
To use your hands. You don't overwork it. You can really feel how it goes. Old school, right? British baking show style. Old school. So I'm going to slowly...
I have two favorite baking shows, but you know one of them. You know both of them. Bake Club and the one we watch last night.
Oh, Baking Impossible. We like to bake in our house.
Upset Daddy.
It's okay.
You don't think he bakes?
No. So, I'm getting just about all of the dry. So you want to knead it in the bowl kind of lightly until all of your cheese and dry flour is mixed in. So I think, so we're just about ready. Hang on. Here we go. So once we've done that,
my hands are clean.
Evie's are all clean. Mine are all dirty. Make sure you take off all your rings if you decide to do this by hand, because
you may be eating your own ring.
Well, not so much that, but getting this dough out of rings, take it from me, is a real pain in the butt. Okay, so.
Wait, you've done that before?
I forgot to take my ring off once. Yes, it was a pain in the butt. Okay, so.
Do you have to wash it?
Okay, Everly. So, now, we're going to make this super festive, right? So, let's use the gel one.
Can I just
use one. No, just one. Pick one. We're going to add some green food coloring because what's St. Patrick's Day without a little green, right? You can use the other one. It's fine. You want to use the light? Oh, we're going to go lime green. Lime green. Okay, girl, friend, in the middle.
You said it.
Go 1, 2, and 3. 3 dots.
1.
Yeah. 2.
2.
1 more. 3.
3.
Okay, there we go. Now you're going to lightly knead this.
A little goes a long way.
That's right. A little goes a long way.
A little salt can go a long way too.
If you don't want to knead your food coloring in to have more of that marbled effect, and you want it to be more like solidly green, go ahead and mix your food coloring into your milk. It'll get there. You may have to add some more. It's coming through. I see it.
I think we're going to need dark green.
You want to do some dark green? Okay, do some dark green. Now, you'll notice it started off really, really dry. But as I kneaded it, it's gotten wet again. I think I've got a little bit more. Do like 4 or 5 more drops. We're going to make this nice and green. I'm going to shake out the last of the flour. Put it in there now that we're wet. Again. And add some more flour to my surface. It's okay.
Oh no, my hands are all green.
Your hands are all green. Okay. Well, I finished kneading this.
Well, now our hands are both dirty.
Now, you want to do this just for about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm probably going to need it a little longer because I think we need more green. It's going to marble effect. Okay, come on. Here.
I'll do a little bit of each.
No, just kidding.
Can I at least do the slimy one thing? Can I do this part?
Go.
We need all the green we need.
Lots of green. Get the kids involved. Lots of green. Go. Go, girl, go. Go, girl, go. We're going to make it green today. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Whoa.
Okay, here we go.
I think I added too much. Did I add too much?
No, you're fine.
You're making the table green, Mom.
I know, it happens. Okay, so remember, if you need to, if it gets too sticky, add some flour to it.
It's the flour stuck on me. I can't get it out.
Now, this is starting to get nice and marbled. I'm also noticing you want to stop about the point that you've noticed that there isn't too much sticky left. And it's made a nice ball. So you'll see now, if I were to pick it up, it stays in a nice ball.
But it isn't all green.
It's not going to be all green. Remember, we're going to make, it's marbled.
What's marbled mean?
Marbled means that it's in some parts, but not others. If you want it all green, then we would mix the food coloring in with the baking soda, or with the buttermilk. That's okay. It's still pretty green, Everly, and I bet when you cut into this, it'll be really green. Okay, so now,
It's gonna be like, you made it green.
Okay, quiet. Unlike traditional bread, where you would need to let this rise and then knead it again, the nice part about Irish soda bread is there's no need for that. So we've kneaded it, right, for a little bit. I'm just kind of dropping it till it becomes like a bubble or a ball. Here we go. Nice, pretty fun, little bit of green in it. I'm gonna grab a cookie sheet that I have lined with parchment paper. As you can see, we've already made one. And I'm gonna put the other one on here.
I ate the first one you made, not the green one because the green one looks yummy.
Yeah. Now I'm using a fairly large cookie sheet. I put them on kind of diagonal so I give myself lots of space. Because remember, shh, we should be quiet. This is gonna grow. So once you've got your bread onto your cookie sheet, the most important part for soda bread is making sure you have lots of aeration. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with really doughy in the middle and not doughy on the outside. Now, most people cut it in a cross, which is totally normal, but unlike a traditional bread where you're just scoring the top, Irish soda bread, you want to cut almost all the way down, at least halfway to the center of the bread. So don't just do like a light little cross on top. No, we want to go about halfway down. At least 4. You can do it in 8 if you want to do it in 8. So I'm going to do both of these.
Can I go wash my hands?
Yes, you need to wash your hands. Remember, cutting it just about halfway down in both directions. Okay, so now you can see we've cut them so they have nice big X's, nice and deep. I'm going to open this just a little bit more. So now your temp can go all the way in. Because it's not a traditional light bread, this is a lot thicker and heavier. You want to make sure you have plenty of space. Now I've preheated the oven to 375 degrees. I'm going to set this on the middle rack and I'm going to cook it for about 60 to 75 minutes. It's one of those things where it's kind of temperature sensitive. Basically, you want to make sure you have a nice hollow sound when you go all the way through it, and if you stick a toothpick in it all the way down through one of the sides, that it comes up clean. So, Evie, will you do me the honors of opening the door?
Yes.
There we go. Open that up. Pull, 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 pull. Okay, you gotta pull it more open for me. There we go. Into the middle rack we go.
And then you pull it.
And close the door. So that's gonna cook for 60 to 75 minutes. I'll test it at about 50 minutes and see where we're at. And this will continue cooking. And now all of our prep work should be done and ready to go. So if you've made it through all the way, now you're done, you're ready. We'll see you during the class. Have a great night.